Hi, welcome to the Arsenal Fans Focus TV. This podcast is all about you, the fans, where your passion and your opinion and for the love of the game take centre stage. All right, let's dive in. Let's definitely dive in. All right. I don't know about some of you boys, I know, but Jesus, what a game! Sorry,
Everton, Jermaine Rail.
I'm talking. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to. I know I'm supposed to be talking about the Everton game. We're talking about the Everton game. We're going to be talking about the Real Madrid game. We're going to be talking about the dodgy referee game. We're just going to listen. It's going to be a free for all because I'm excited, guys, about what happened on Tuesday. I'm thinking about what happened at Everton. Do you know what I mean? But let's just talk about the Everton game a bit. And I'm sorry. Good to see you, Adam. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, very well. Thanks, Pat. You?
Good to see you. Oh, my God. Jake, it's good to see you, mate.
And you, boss.
And Lloyd, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Like I said, I apologize for my late arrival again, man. I'm good, man.
Yeah,
that's good. As you can see, I've got a big smile on my face. So I'm lost. I'm speechless.
I don't know why. We're going to get into it, right? You guys, all right, I'm going to talk to Lloyd. And I'm going to talk to all some of you fans out there who thought Arsenal couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? And I've listened to, I've read, I looked on Instagram, I've looked on TikTok, and I've looked on YouTube. And some of the people, what's wrong with you guys? Have a bit of faith, for crying out loud. Do you know what I mean? But we're going to jump into it. Lloyd.
Yeah.
Lloyd is one of the people who never really had the faith. I'm sorry, Lloyd. I'm going to call you all out. I'm calling you all out. All right?
Listen. Do you know what? Mate. Guys, please call me out. Please call me out because I ain't going to lie. I'm putting my hands up like I'm eating humble pie. Like I never gave him a chance. I said Mbappe was going to do this. Vinny Jr. was going to do that.
Sorry, carry on, guys. I'm going to just get some water. Carry on.
So, yeah, I owe you guys an apology. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, innit? I was wrong.
It's all good. I don't think anyone would have predicted that result or that performance. So, but still, yeah. Cheeky 1-0. I've been happy with it. But, just.
So, yeah, but I'm eating humble pie. Like, all I'm going to say is I was wrong, innit? That's all I'm saying. I was wrong.
Happy to eat it, I'm assuming, Lloyd, though.
Listen, I'm not liking the taste of this pie, but do you know what?
Yeah.
But to score one free kick is something. But to do it twice, the second one was better than the first one. My God.
Lloyd, you say we're gonna not win the Champions League now? That might do us a favor.
No, do you know what? I'm not saying nothing. I don't want to eat my words again, innit?
Oh.
I mean, Adam, come and talk to us. Guys, just jump in. Let's just talk about it, man. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, once again, like I said, Pat, as well, I was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't accept
We'll let you off.
Oh, you guys can. But,
thanks.
But I'll tell you what, look, let's just talk about the Everton game for a quick minute. Adam, what did you think about that? Did he make, obviously, does that show that his priorities is the Champions League? Because again, it's hindsight is a great thing, isn't it? If we had won that game, would have been what? Is it 9 points?
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's happened. I mean, what did you think of that? Do you think
I was a little surprised about how many changes there were, but you have to say it was justified come Tuesday. So, I mean, at the time, you looked at the team and thought it was a lot of changes. But then I thought we played pretty well. And say, dodgy penalty aside, I think, you know, we were fairly comfortable in the game. And I think, you know, maybe Arteta thought we could win that game with the team he put out. I mean, I'd say it was more changes I was expecting. Yeah, the Liverpool result made it kind of a little bit more like, oh, you know, could we have, you know, closed the gap to 9? I still think it's a big gap, you know, regardless of, you know, whether it gone to 9 or 11. But I think it was justified. I mean, the energy on Tuesday was so intense, and Real, I think, played, you know, a fairly strong team against Valencia at home and lost again before they played us. And as I said, momentum was key. I think just not losing up there was big. I was surprised with the team selection, but it was a pretty good performance, and it's not an easy place to go anyway. So yeah, I mean, come Tuesday, I've kind of forgotten about Everton, to be honest. And yeah, I think Brentford's a bit of a distraction to next week now as well.
Go on, Jake.
I was just going to say, yeah, to be fair, I totally forgot about the Everton game, but watching it, I just don't know how we lost that game, to be fair. It's like we were, even though we had a number of changes, I still felt like we should have won the game, even if it was a 1-0 win. Obviously, the penalty decision was yeah, couldn't wait to blow the whistle again. Do you know what I mean? I just find like we're getting referees at the minute; they just cannot wait to blow the whistle against us, especially Lewis Kelly. I know we were saying the other day, but yeah, that decision was just like so soft as well. I don't think there was even any contact when he was in the box. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I was a bit annoyed because I felt like, oh, that was a nothing game. They didn't deserve anything of that. Obviously, their tails were up after they got the pen, but yeah, still they didn't have many clear-cut chances, and I thought we were deserving of 3 points, shall we say? But yeah, I was happy. I was happy with the team. I thought we would have had enough. Obviously, Sterling. I'm not going to say anything else about him again this season, but yeah, even though he did get that assist, to be fair to him, but yeah, apart from that, yeah, we should have got the 3 points.
That's it. Could you hear that noise? Is that you? Is that how you doing, Dave? Dave, is that noise in your background? Could you hear that? Anyone hear that noise?
Yeah, I think it might be your.
That's his light working.
He's not in the park. He's not in the park again, is he?
That's the generator behind the light.
Mate, I'm getting really worried about you with some lights, mate. Honestly, Dave, sort that out, mate. Sort that out.
I've switched it off.
Okay, thanks, Merkel. That sounds.
But
really...
I'll tell you what I think. Yeah, about the Everton game. Yeah,
go on.
I think the way he rotated the team around, innit? He done that because obviously he had Tuesday night in his mind, innit? He thought, right, do you know what? We got a big game coming up Tuesday. Let me rotate this squad around and let's see what we get in it. Let me tell you something, yeah. That referee, yeah, what's his name?
Gillett. Jared Gillett, wasn't it?
Yeah, whatever his name is, yeah. Do you know what he is? I don't want to swear, but you know what he is? He's a fucking idiot. Yeah?
He was the same VAR that done Lewis Skelly for the Wolves.
No, it was what's his name? England. What's his name? England. He was the same guy.
Yeah, Darren England. Did that his name?
Yeah, Darren England. He was the referee that refereed the game against. Who was that against? That was against Watford. What's
Wolves. Yeah, same rep.
But yeah, anyway.
Lewis Skelly.
But yeah, anyway, that referee is an idiot. Yeah, and you know what he should do? He needs to go back. He needs to go back to ref school. Yeah, and take his refereeing badges again. Because how in a million years was that a penalty? I don't know if any of you lot play free throw in here, but I've had worse penalties than that.
Can I just say with the referees? Do you not
that was awful.
The difference when we play Champions League football?
So
you don't even talk about the referees when it comes to Champions League football.
You don't.
And it's just like, and everyone's respectful. It seems like everyone's a lot more respectful. I think obviously because they're more professional and they're making the right decisions more often.
The Premier League is supposed to have the best referees in the world.
Yeah.
I think with the Prem referees, what I notice is it's all about them. You know, like Jay just said, you go to Europe and you like. Back in the day, you used to know like Pierre, Luigi Collina and all that. I couldn't name half the refs these days, but they just they get on with it. They're kind of like they're there to make the game flow. Whereas the Prem referees, it's all about kind of let me kind of be the center of attention, let me go and make a big decision, or go to the screen and make it all dramatic. It's like even the way they dish out cards, it's like it's all very dramatic, and it's just it is ruining the game. It really is.
It's a boys' club. It's a boys' club in.
But despite all of that, sorry, Jake. But despite all of that, I would have swapped Tuesday night for that any day of the week.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into the Tuesday night in a bit, but I mean, it's because for me, I don't really care. I mean, we haven't cemented second place yet. I mean, it's still all to play for. I think he did. I think he made the right decision, to be totally honest. And I'm not blaming Arteta for what you just said, Adam, about being surprised about the changes, because I felt that's what he was going to do. But what we want is a fair play of the, you know what I mean, a crack on the whip by the referees. That was a diabolical decision. If we think about the mistakes or the bad decisions that's been given against Arsenal, and you tally that up, you tally up the points on that, Arsenal would have been on top of Liverpool. Do you know that? They would have been on top of Liverpool. I'm not saying everything's bad. I mean, it's all the referees' fault. No, because Arsenal have had their chances to finish off games. We have had that. Even though we haven't had a recognised striker, we have had some of the games we still could have finished off, and we should have finished off. But
it's some of the games you've had, though, we are playing with one hand tied behind our back. Do you know what I mean?
We are. No, listen, it's obviously when you got your main players out, you've got one hand tied behind your back, and when you've got a referee who's in the game. It's like both your hands are tied behind.
I've seen some of the compilation videos that someone's put together just of this season, not even of like Kovacic against when we played Man City and all that. Just this season, some of the stuff, and you're just thinking, and you straight away you can think another example of another team doing that, and just it's not even a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is.
No, that decision though, that was just awful.
But saying that though, in that game, if I remember, Sterling did play all right. Or
he got that pass for that assist, mate.
Exactly.
He did. Ran about 10 yards and passed it about 5 yards, and then I'm sorry, but I can't remember him. He gets the ball and just loses it straight away.
Yeah, but if I recall, I think he played all right in the game. Did he get substituted afterwards? Yes, he did, didn't he? Later on, and
half time. Did he not get subbed at half time?
Yeah, I think it was half time. It was, yeah.
The full half time.
He came off at half time. Yeah,
he came off at half time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. So okay. Well, guys, listen. I want to jump into it. Guys, I mean, someone start me off with the Champions League. I mean, come on, Adam. I want you to go through it first, mate. Go.
I mean, I say last week I did fancy us to win. I thought it'd be a 1-goal win. I thought it'd be a tight game, and it seemed like that the first half. You know, there was a couple of times where we got caught, and we caught in possession. They looked dangerous, but the second half we actually blew them away. And I think 3-0 in the end flattered them. I mean, Courtois, kept them in it. I mean, before we'd even scored. And as a night at the Emirates, I mean, I thought Barcelona in 2011 was going to take some beating. I always thought that the Arshavin goal against them being the best club team in the world, I thought that's never going to be beaten. But yeah, that second and third goal, I mean, the place just erupted. The atmosphere before the game was unbelievable. And yeah, I mean, it's funny, again, now it's like, this is the poorest Real Madrid team everyone's seen for the last 10 years. They're the European champions. Everyone was saying we didn't have a chance.
Absolute rubbish. But
it's the same with us. It's like, we've got no chance against PSG if we get through them, despite the fact we've beaten them this season. I just think keep it coming, keep writing us off. I like the fact we're not.
Exactly. And that's all they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, keep it. I
mean, especially like that Cundy, there's talk sport people. I mean, not all of them. I'm not gonna say all of them, but like with the Cundys and what's his name from is it the ex-Tottenham player,
Jamie O'Hara.
Jamie O'Hara. I mean, honestly, someone needs to go on there and tell him, look, do yourself a favour, mate.
Well, they're worried. You can tell they're worried now, because they looked at it and thought Madrid will knock us out, and then we've got no chance of it. Now people are starting to think, oh God, Arsenal could actually win it, and I'm loving it. It's
absolutely.
All the other pundits and all that who don't obviously support Arsenal, you could tell they were so sick by that result.
Oh my gosh! Couldn't you?
Brilliant.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'll tell you what, I'll just look at the face. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, some of these guys are going to watch this anyway. I know they will. Some of the I'm not going to mention any names, but some of the guys on the on YouTube, okay. I mean, when they slag off Arsenal, when they say, "Oh, if Arsenal win by 1 goal or something," they're going to say this, they're going to say that. Do you know what I mean? But I don't get some Arsenal supporters. I get you're disappointed with the season. Of course we are. I am. I'm a little bit disappointed. I really thought we was going to go for it this season, but things have happened. But when you're putting your team down, and when you're putting your manager down like that, honest, why bother support Arsenal? Because these are the people, I believe, no matter who you bring in, no matter what manager you bring in, unless they win us the league, the Champions League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup, whatever you want to call it, all the cups at the same time, they're never going to be happy. You're always going to find fault. Do you understand what I'm saying, Adam, or not?
I do. I think the one thing I'd say is, I mean, I've been to the Emirates a lot in the last 2-3 years. I've not heard one call for Arteta at the actual games. When in the toxic years of Wenger, the last 2-3 years, there was fights in the away end. There was, banners going up. It was really divisive. Now, I think there's a kind of narrative on social media that people are trying to get clicks, and they kind of want. Yeah, there's people that are saying about Arteta out, but it hasn't really translated to the fan base.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
What do you, Dave? Everyone, that is Dave. You can see him now. He still looks a bit dodgy, but it's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. What you got to say, mate? We're talking about the Everton game first, but now we're right into the Champions League. What do you want to say about it, mate? Even though we were together that time, the day as well.
I'm still in heaven. I didn't expect us to skin Real Madrid alive, and that's what we did. There's a restaurant out for the Arsenal squad by Met Police because we murdered Madrid. We absolutely dismantled them. We shredded them. Absolutely. It could have been 6 or 7 if it wasn't for the goalkeeper.
Not only the goalkeeper, the goalkeeper and some of the defenders, because they did do some good blocks as well.
Have you ever seen a Madrid team, and this is like, all right, they're possibly slightly over the hill, but you've still got one hell of a stellar. They're the Galacticos Mark II. Have you ever seen a Real Madrid team look so shell-shocked at the end of the game? And the manager. They looked like they'd all seen a ghost.
Sorry, I mean, Dave, I've got to back you off a little bit there, mate, because again, stop diminishing, stop what's the word I'm looking for? Watering it down. You just mentioned about some of them going over the hill. Tell me which player, apart from is it Modric, that's going over the hill? Which one? Who are the players? Go on, tell me.
That's true. That's true.
He's over the hill by his age, but he'd still probably walk into most teams.
Absolutely. The European champions, like overnight, they've become a bad side because
all I can say is it's half time. We've got an 80% chance of going through, and Madrid are having a slightly...
Well, I'm telling you now, we're going through. I don't care who's going to look at me, who's going to pull me up on it. We're going through. And we're going through, all right? And that's just a fact. I can't see Real Madrid scoring 4 past us. I can't see it because don't forget, right? If they get 3, it's penalties, all right? And if they get the 4... obviously, they go through. I can't see them getting 4 past us. There's no way I can see Real Madrid getting 4 past Arsenal.
Not only that, they have to stop us scoring as well. They have to stop us scoring. They have to stop us scoring as well. Not just the fact they got to score a hatful of goals. They have to stop us scoring.
Boys, got a very important announcement.
Go on.
Spurs are losing 1-0.
Your typical Spurs.
I'm watching the Man United game at the same time. So, I mean, and right now they're all over the Man United.
Mate, we're boring you, mate.
What? No. Well, I tell you what, Dave did then a bit when he talked about diminishing the Arsenal. Listen,
what I think?
Go on.
That game on Tuesday, like I said, all right, like I said, I put my hands up again. I was wrong. Sometimes you just got to believe in it. Like when me and my missus were watching it. Like when it was 0-0 at half time, I said to my missus, I said, you know what? This Real Madrid team are here for the taking. You know, if we come out and we go at them, we can get something. And in the first half, if we had a striker in there, when Saka put them 2 balls across, if someone was just there to, you know what I mean, put that in, that would have been that game would have finished at least 7-8-0. You know what I mean? But listen. Like I said before, that Declan Rice free kick. The only person I've seen score a free kick like that was Roberto Carlos back in 1997.
Yeah,
that was just.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, like what you said. I mean, listen, who could? Where did that come from? Declan Rice has never taken he's taken free kicks, and I saw some of the free kicks. Majority of his free kicks has been going into the wall. Where have that come from? Where did it come from?
It sounds stupid now with his technique, and we're like, well, his corners are amazing. Free kicks are amazing.
He took one at Everton, and obviously, obviously it was straight out Pickford, but it was a lot of pace and whip on that. And I actually backed him at 18-1. I've never backed Declan Rice first goal scorer. I backed him for this game, not because of the free kicks, but
no, you never.
I did honestly.
What 18-1?
Yeah, I did. And the thing was, I think. With sometimes big games, big players just stand up, and he's one of those ones you just know in a game like that he just never shirks his responsibilities, and that's why you look at Gabriel being out, and you thought Rice kind of stepped up and was like, right, I'm going to take this by the scruff of the neck. It was like it was almost like he just ran the show, and that was what 100 million gets you.
I'll tell you what, I've never seen a player do that twice in a game. 2 free kicks of the same. Well, they're both very close quality, both world-class goals against a world-class goalkeeper in a world-class game. I've never ever seen that before. Never.
The second one was better.
Yeah,
I agree. The second one is. Let me get this right. The second one was the one that went right into the corner, was it?
Yeah, man. Top corner. Yeah, man. Top bins, as they call it.
Yeah, that's like someone said, right? Not even a basketball player could have put it in a better spot, even if he walked up and placed it there.
Clarence Seedorf on the live broadcast on the television said even Superman wouldn't have stopped it.
No, definitely not. And he done, and imagine, and remember that as well. Remember, he done that in front of Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos was there.
Yeah.
Even he stood up. Even he stood up and went, "Whoa!" Like, you know what I mean?
But what? But the second one. I mean, the first one. Which one was the bend? Which one was the first one? The second one or the first one with a bend?
First one was around the wall. Yeah, the first one was.
Oh my God! I mean, some people say that the wall wasn't lined up properly.
I don't care. The bend.
It doesn't matter if you had an extra man there because he still bent it around.
Right, but what a bend, guys! When you first saw that one, did anyone believe it went in when you saw it?
No, I thought he went side netting. That's what I thought.
It was hard to see from my angle. It was actually hard to see how it had gone in or whether it had gone through the wall. Like, because you're thinking, how's it gone? Like, he can't have gone around the wall from that angle because he thought the wall was fairly close over to that post.
Guys, Man United are losing. Man United are losing.
Thank you.
United. Who are United playing? Who are they playing?
Leon.
Go on, Adam. Carry on, Adam.
Yeah, no. It was just it was really hard to tell where it had come, like how it had gone in. But yeah, then obviously the place absolutely erupted. And in Madrid, you just said, someone just said a minute ago, like they looked shell shocked. It was almost like, Jesus, where's that come from? And then
can I just say, walking into the stadium, it was fucking electric.
Well, I was at
you know when Arteta comes out and goes, "Oh, we need the 12th man and all this," you're like, "Yeah, right, mate, just do it on the pitch." I think the fans, we pushed them through.
Yeah,
we 100% pushed them through. Every challenge that we made, it was fucking like we scored a goal. It was just, honestly, it was unbelievable.
That's why I was surprised.
Amazing.
I was really surprised about people being kind of pessimistic about the game because I've not gone to a big game at the Emirates in the last 3 years and thought we'd lose to anyone. I've never gone there and thought, oh yeah, we're going to get turned over today. Like away from home, you think, yeah, okay, going to the Bernabeu next week or going to Paris, it's a different story. But I've never ever gone into the Emirates under Arteta in recent years and thought we're going to lose this game. Those games we've lost, like West Ham at home, where you don't even consider losing. But I've never, and that's why we've not lost these big games because the fans are bang up for it, like the players look up for it. And that's why I always fancy us at home against anyone.
Yeah. But it's what I was fighting because obviously Arteta was asked. He asked everyone to turn up early, and people was arriving early. But when we was out there, because we was doing filming, myself and Dave and a few others, and the amount of fans were saying like 3-1, 3-0, 3-1, and I was thinking some said 5, and I was like, well, I'm not even going to go for that. But I was thinking 3-0. I mean 3-1. That'd be great. I don't want them to get 1, but the amount of people was coming up with the correct scores.
I'll tell you what. One of my most favourite bits of the day was when we stood in the road and blocked the Real Madrid coaches coming in and gave them a North London welcome. If you get what I mean.
They did.
That was so funny.
They literally blocked the road and stuff. I mean,
did you see the driver? He was going, or the assistant driver, or whatever. He was going fucking mental.
I went to King's Cross before the game, and about 1,000 Madrid fans came through King's Cross with a police cordon, and they were really giving it to someone. And I thought, oh, please let me see you after the game now back at there. But yeah, they weren't quite as vocal on the way out, unfortunately.
Did anyone feel like on the way to the game, I just felt like something special was going to happen?
Yeah,
I don't know why. It felt like something.
Yeah.
Yeah, just unbelievable. But
when I was watching it with my missus, I was thinking, I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, like I said, like, you know what I mean? But it's unbelievable.
Sorry, guys. I was just, carry on. I mean, I'm doing something wrong here, but you guys just carry on talking for a sec while I just sort this out. I wanted to show you guys something in a minute. But,
even just around Highbury on the day, it was, even 3-4 hours early, there was fans out, people drinking, and it just felt like it was. Yeah. It felt like the biggest game we'd had at the Emirates for years, and that's how it was. It felt big and it was huge. As you said, Jay, we got in 15-20 minutes before, and North London forever was the loudest I've heard it. That was 10 minutes before the game, and it was just electric, wasn't it? I think it's the first time I've actually been to the game and didn't hear the Champions League anthem. We completely drowned it out.
Oh yeah. And some guy, he must have been about, I don't know, 70, 80 years old. After I think that was after the third goal, he was just sat with his, I don't know if it was his son or whatever, and he was just in tears. It was that sort of effect that that game had on people. But to be fair, I think, like you said earlier about that the Barcelona game, that's probably the biggest game we had at the Emirates so far. Well, I can't remember. I was trying to think back. Were we challenging for the league then? Was that the Nasri?
Yeah,
the Birmingham season,
Wiltshire Fabregas season.
Yeah. So probably is up there with that.
I think I'm frightened. I think I scared all my neighbours. they all come out, especially when that second goal went in. I literally jumped on my balcony. I was going, yeah! All my neighbours come out, and mad.
Guys, I want to talk about each individual, okay? And I want to talk about the goalkeeper first. I'm going to start with our goalkeeper. What's that? Is that you, Dave?
No, I'm still here. It wasn't me.
No, it was me. It was me.
All right. Well, what's that about?
My ringtone on my phone. I love to put down silent.
What I was going to say, yeah, please do. What I was going to say, yeah. So going back to, I want to talk about Real. How did everyone feel Real played? Oh, whoa! What is that?
So to vibrate.
Can we turn that off, please?
Go for the I think with Raya, I think obviously that Mbappe chance was massive, and he made I didn't think it was an outstanding save. I think it was a pretty standard save, but yeah, he did everything that was asked of him. Came and caught the ball as he does for corners, which I bloody love, and yeah, I think the other day we were saying everyone was a 7. I think everyone was a 9 or 10.
Yeah. What would you? You've just done the.
Sorry, I've done it again. Yeah.
What would you? What are you giving?
Fair, he didn't have a hell of a lot to do compared to the other end of the pitch, but yeah, 8.
Yeah,
8 or 9. Very happy.
Anyone else want to give talk about Raya?
He didn't have much to do, did he? I mean, so I was expecting him to have to pull off one huge big save, and he had a lot of long range shots that he gathered really well, and he was very commanding. But I mean, he probably was surprised about how little he had to do in the end. I mean, I think Vinny Jr. didn't have a shot on target, and Mbappe had a couple of like half chances. I thought Mbappe was lively first half, but he didn't have much to do, but he was very commanding.
I think David Raya, I'd give 8 out of 10. Kept his concentration up, didn't make a single error. The shots that were fired at him, he kept hold of them, or if he did push them, he pushed them away from the oncoming strikers. And what I like about Raya is he's our way out of beating the high press, because he sometimes is so far up the field, he's like an additional defender. And he's really good with his feet. He's much better than Ramsdale. So it's been a right decision for Arteta to move Ramsdale on and get David Raya in, because David Raya was our original target before Aaron Ramsdale anyway. So I'd give him an 8 out of 10.
Lloyd?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 9. The reason why I'm giving him a 9 as well, because the save he made against Mbappe. So yeah, 9.
That save what he done against Mbappe. But to be honest with you, I mean, that was really a straightforward save, because it wasn't like I think it
wasn't in the corners, was it? It was.
Yeah, it wasn't, and it was. I think he miskicked it, not miskicked it, but it wasn't clean how he wanted it, because what he was looking for was that bend. Once that ball left, he was looking for that bend for the far corner, but that didn't work. So
he was getting wound up. You could see he was getting wound up. But then again, I think that was to do with the fans as well. It was like as soon as they got the ball, we were on them, and then as soon as they I
don't know if you guys saw it, but when Declan Rice was fouled, and he fouled Declan Rice was on the floor, and he literally made a motion.
Marino. It was Marino, wasn't it?
Was it Marino? And suddenly, he was going to kick him.
Yeah. I think that was a bit tongue in cheek, but you could tell he was getting wound up.
It was tongue in cheek, but he still made that motion like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if I'd have seen that, if I was a player, I think, who are you? Maybe people would say, yeah, but he's Mbappe. I don't care. But I would have still stood up in front of him and said, who are you? Who are you? Do you know? But anyway, but I'm picking. But okay, fine. Let's start from the left, from the right hand side. Timber.
Quality, kept Vinny quiet the whole game. I don't know what's happening with Vinny. I think I said on the last episode, but I don't know what's happening with him. I don't know what the story is, but he just doesn't seem right.
Who's that?
Timber. Vinny Jr.
Oh, Vinny Jr. I believe that Vinny Jr. and Mbappe, they can't play together. They can't play together because they do the same sort of similar moves around the pitch, and it's like they're getting in each other's way. I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if you guys. But anyway, you carry on. So Timber. So what are you going? What?
Timber's quality. Obviously, he keeps getting these knocks and stuff. So I don't ever think he's probably 100% fit ever. But yeah, he's putting a wicked shift. And 8 or 9, keeping Vinny quiet. Big job to do.
Adam.
Yeah, I thought he was brilliant. I think Timber, for me, is the player that goes most under the radar in this team. You know, again, I've heard a lot about different players this week, and he just goes about it. He's rarely under a 7, rarely gets beaten, bombs forward. He's been such a good buy. I mean, it's kind of been forgotten about because of the injury he had last season, but it wasn't huge money from Ajax. And you look at some of the crap that United bought from Ajax, how they missed Timber, I'll never know. I know he's been absolutely brilliant.
He reminds me of Sanya.
Yeah, he does.
Constant great performance.
Performance.
Do you know what I mean? Never really puts a foot wrong.
Lloyd?
Who are we talking about?
Timber, mate.
Timber. That's why I was in my own little world then. 9. Done his job well. Locked up Vinny Jr. 9.
Okay. Sorry, Dave?
Yeah, Timber. You know what? If you're a striker, you need to watch out because he's like the lumberjack. He's going to knock you down. Timber! Sorry, I'll keep the day job. I also am impressed with him because he got an ankle knock, didn't he, quite early on when we made that mistake. And I think he was in the process of stopping Mbappe and he brought him down or something or stopped him. And he got an ankle injury and he recovered from that. And you know what? He's got a twin brother, isn't he? We need to sign his twin brother.
Yeah, he does. And he's apparently is he a is he a midfield or is he a defence?
He's a centre mid.
He's a centre
mid.
Yeah,
centre mid. We need to get hold of him as well.
He's supposed to be really good, that guy as well.
Yeah. So I'd give him another 8 out of 10. Superb.
Okay. Kivior. Is it Kivios?
Kivior, yeah.
Kivior, yeah. Adam?
I thought he was brilliant. I have to say, again, he was under huge pressure in this game. That's what made the performance even better. Obviously, most of the chat in midweek was about, Kivior against Mbappe, and I think he was brilliant. I think the discussion we had last week, he's nowhere near as bad as people say, and I thought he was brilliant. I thought he didn't put a foot wrong. I thought he was combative. I thought he was, excellent on the ball. I thought, for me, it's probably the best game I've seen him play in the Arsenal shirt. So I'd put him on 9.
Sorry, Anthony, for jumping. I mean, think about it. The last 2 games, he's got man of the match.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
You know what I think it is, and it's like, and it reminds me of the same with some of those players who's left anyway, like Smith Rowe and what's his name? Is it Tierney?
Mm-hmm.
If these guys had a good run of play. Honestly, you see a lot better. You see a lot more out of them. Would you agree on that?
I don't think we've missed Smith Rowe though. I mean, I think Kivior.
I do. I miss him.
Do you? I don't know. I think he's. I always thought he was a good player, but never going to be in our best 11. And I think he's shown that at Fulham. He's not even getting Fulham's 11 every week at the moment. But I think with Kivior, he knows he's not going to play every week. But you say, I think someone said last week he did a great job at left back when he came in last year. He came in and he's done a job here. He's one of those players that, again, not big money, but as a 4th choice centre back, he's absolutely priceless.
Yeah. Sorry, who else is that? I mean, go on, Lloyd.
Kivior, yeah. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie. I've actually ridiculed this geezer this season. I've said he's crap, he's this, and he's rubbish, and he's this and he's that. But you know what? You gotta give credit where credit's due, innit? He done his job well, kept Mbappe quiet. 9.
Yeah, he did. I think he played well. He was so
like Adam said. Who was it? Jacob said it. I think it's one of the best games I've seen him play.
Yeah, he was a lot. He was so focused. He was so. Yeah. And the thing about, I've never seen Kivior animated when him and, I don't know if you guys remember that when they both did that sort of celebration. I'd never seen Kivior, honestly, that animated. I mean, and
I hold my hands up. I slated him last week or the week before, and he shut me up. To be fair,
big time.
He shut me well up. But again, like you said, it's a run of games. It's confident.
That's what I believe, because obviously you have a run of games. Okay, your confidence will be high. Obviously, when you play big part, you're always thinking in your mind, I can't make a mistake. I've got to be careful. I've got to be. Do you know what I mean? And he has been having a run in games, and he has been producing. And I wouldn't have given him I wouldn't give him a 9, but I'd give him an 8.
I'd give him a 9.
I'd give him a 9. I think it's
because I got so carried away with the occasion, I didn't realise he was actually playing until the second half, and it was like like a good referee, you don't really notice him. So with Kivior, I don't think he made hardly any mistakes, as well as keeping the players quiet.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So I think that was good. Also, credit to Arteta for shuffling the team around, because I wouldn't have expected him to have started at left back. I wouldn't have expected Luis Skelly to start in midfield. So that kept Real Madrid guessing. So credit to Arteta for once.
Yeah, no, I'll take my off to that as well and stuff.
I think every player was just on job. They knew exactly what
We'll just go through them. So we'll just go for what about Saliba? Adam, Saliba.
I mean, Saliba. My only worry was how well he's played against Madrid. I mean, they're sniffing around. I mean, it's. I mean, he didn't get a kick, and he was just. For me, Saliba's at his best in the big games because his concentration levels go up a notch. Sometimes he can be a little bit languid at times against the lower teams. It's almost like it's a bit too easy for him. But it was almost like he knew he had Mbappe, he knew he had Vinny Jr., he had Bellingham trying to ghost in, and everything he did, he won everything in the air, he won every tackle. He was bang up for it. He was outstanding. It was a 9 from me.
Okay, all right. Diamond Geezer Dave.
Despite the fact that he cleared one off the line when it was going in, I think it was Thomas Partey. He had that header from the corner early on. Do you remember? And he actually stopped it going in, and it would have been 1-0 to Arsenal. Despite that, I'd go for a 9 as well. To keep such a team like Madrid quiet and do it in a Rolls Royce manner. Oh, I wish he was English. So yeah, a 9.
Okay. Sorry. Go on, Lloyd.
Saliba, yeah. Again, like, you know what I mean? Done his job well. Do you know what I mean? Bellingham, Vinny Jr. and Mbappe, like, you know what I mean? To keep them lot quiet. 9, isn't it?
9. Did you say Jake?
No, 100%. I was thinking about it when we were saying, it's probably the best game we've had at the Emirates. I think Saliba's probably one of the best defenders we've had, if not the best defender we've had at the Emirates. I just think he's just an absolute colossus. Like it's just obviously him and Gabriel, the partnership's fantastic, but he's just There's no words you can say about him. Everything's been said so far about Saliba, but he is world class.
And he done it without his wingman. He done it without Gabriel.
Exactly. And he probably dragged Kivior through the game as well, even though he's not that sort of character.
Yeah.
He's
let's go to
the big dog, MLS.
Thank you. Exactly. I'm going to start off with you, Jake.
Just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I'm just going to show you my shirt because that's how much I love him. He's just so much like who is this kid? Who is this kid? He's just unbelievable.
Who is he? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the runs, the confidence.
He made a little run and megged a player, and then set up that Martinelli chance. Even though set up the Marino goal,
it's like that guy's been playing for years.
It's just no fear. He's just
it's like he's. I mean, he has definitely taken the spotlight away from Ethan. Definitely taking the spotlight away from him. 100%. Do you know what I mean? And but it's just the way for me. It's the way he not only defends, but he takes on players. Not only takes on players, the way he is.
It was Wilshere-esque against Barcelona, like we were talking about. When was that? 2-11 or whenever it was, but Wilshere just had no fear. Don't care. I don't care if it's Xavi, Iniesta. I'm going to run rings around you.
Does he remind you? Anyone of Ashley Cole?
He's going that way, definitely. I think he's got a little bit of work to do defensively. I think he's actually better going forward than Ashley Cole was. I think he will get to Ashley Cole's level defensively. I thought we
were allowed to swear on here.
Well, anyway, go on, mate. Well, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean, but he does. Sorry, go on, Adam.
Yeah, no, as I say, I think there's going to be there's obviously there's still a little bit of a rashness to his game defensively. I'm not talking Tuesday. I mean, Tuesday he was absolutely fantastic. You know what I think I love about him, as Jay was just saying there, it's not just the performance, it's the kind of the attitude and the kind of confidence. I mean, when he had a little tussle with Bellingham and Bellingham stayed down, I don't know if it was shown on TV, but he turned around and tell him to get up. And I was thinking, this is a bloke you've just gone to one England camp with, and you're telling him to get up, and it's like he just doesn't care. He doesn't, after all the media stuff about the Haaland celebration, I thought it might be like, okay, I'll quieten down a bit. But he was giving it large to Bellingham. He was crashing into Madrid players that have got 5, 6 Champions League titles. He just doesn't care. And the confidence, I hope it doesn't go out of him, because he's going to be a massive player for the next kind of 10, 12 years.
He's built differently.
Yeah.
What do you say, Lloyd?
Yeah, Lewis Skelly. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Oh my God, Keith, stay with us, mate. Stay with us, son. Yeah, Lewis Skelly.
Yeah, like you said, innit? Like, where's this kid come from? Like, it's his, you know what I like about him? It's his confidence levels. He don't care like who he's playing against. Like I mean, he could be playing against one of the best strikers in the world. Like, you know what I mean? When he's got that ball, you know what I mean? He just runs at him. Like, he doesn't care. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, yo, like, come take the ball with me if you can. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't getting this ball. Come and get it if you dare. Like, do you know what I mean? 9.
Okay. Sorry, go on. Dave, you said something. Did you say something?
Yeah, he's like a young Jonah Lomo with a football. That guy does not just run at people. He runs through them. He's running through brick walls. Did you see what he did to Bellingham? 50-50. Bellingham bounced off him like a trampoline. Yeah? He bounced off him as if he was on a trampoline. And what I also like, he's not just cocky. Football's about winning. He's also learning the dark arts that you wind the opposition up. Did you see that when Bellingham was lying on the floor, he got away with one? He scraped his studs down his calf muscle and wound Bellingham up. So he's got that side to him as well. He's got a little bit of the devil inside him, and that's going to turn him into not just an also-ran, it's also going to turn him into a winner. And he's still growing. He's 18. He's a teenager, right? So look at the muscles on him already.
He has got that sort of Saka strength about him as well. Where you're thinking, he puts his arm across, and you're thinking, you shouldn't be doing that at your size. And he's just like, no, you ain't going nowhere, mate. And he's just and the way he gets himself out of situations as well.
I get the strength that you guys are talking about. But honestly, I think you guys are missing something from it as well. Biggest key: the guy is intelligent. He's skillful. He's not. I mean, to run through people, that means you're running straight at someone. But when you watch him, though, he's darting in and out, left and right. Do you know what I mean? And he's thinking about what he's doing, and that's what makes me feel, in a way, that guy's not only just like Ashley Cole, but he's going to be a lot better than Ashley Cole. And I mean, the sky's the limit for that kid. Honestly,
I think I like the fact that he's really different as well, because so many players now are overcoached. Like, for example, Jack Grealish, he's been overcoached at Man City because he was like, really like when he burst into the England team, he was like really like electric, and then now it's sort of sideways. And a lot of wingers, they don't really have a go at players. Whereas Lewis Skelly, he's not scared of showing people the ball and then winning 50-50s, sucking 2 more players in and carrying on. Yeah. And that's what wins you football matches, when you have a player who's got the ability to suck 3 or 4 players of the opposition in, give it 1-2, and then set up goals or score goals yourself. It's all about winning.
One thing I would say about Lewis Skelly is I am not worried about next season, but I just think his best position probably where he does most of his work on the pitch for us is in that left 8, I'd say, or just a little bit deeper. And obviously Rice is doing the business there at the minute. Obviously we've got Zubimendi coming in potentially. Do we just keep him at left back, or because obviously he's been brought through the academy as a midfielder, so it'd be very interesting to see where he ends up, because he's obviously so versatile.
That's why I was going to just you took one of the questions out of my mouth here, because I was going to say to you guys, should Calafiori be worried?
Well, I think he should be worried already.
Yeah, he should be.
He's sat watching him play every week.
What do you reckon, Adam?
Yeah, I'm not sure about worry, but I think he came into a squad knowing that he probably was going to, because Timber I thought was going to play left back this season if White was going to play at right back. I actually didn't think Calafiori would play an awful lot of football this season. I thought it'd be a bed in the season. I think the thing that Calafiori's got in his locker is that he can play centre back and left back. So I think he's going to be useful in big games moving forward. Regardless, I think you say Lewis Kelly can move forward. He can play left back. I think there'll be games when Gabriel and Saliba are going to be out. I think he'll play a lot of games, and he's still young himself. He's only 22, isn't he, Calafiori? So I wouldn't be worried at this point. A lot can change in a summer.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Lloyd?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? What?
Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not?
You're not sure what we're talking about, are you really?
Yeah, well, I am in a way, but yeah, why not? And I agree in it. Why not?
We're talking about should Calafiori be worried about?
Yeah, he's got to be worried. Yeah, boy, he's got to be now. Innit? He's sitting there thinking, where? I mean, if these other players are performing like this, he's going to find it hard to get back into the team. Do you know what I mean? It can happen. Do you know what I mean?
I think this season has obviously been stop-start for Calafiori, and I think he'd be happy with his season so far. Obviously, he's been injured and he hasn't played that much, but I think as far as like bedding into the team and getting used to the Premier League, shall we say, and I think he will, as Adam said, I think he'll probably end up as a centre back. I don't really see him long term as a left back. So yeah, let's see how he gets on next season.
Okay, let's quickly move on, make it quick onto the midfielder guys. I want to get to the front as well. So let's talk. Let's talk about. I'm going to leave Rice out for a minute. Let's talk about Martinelli. How does everyone feel that he played? Anyone?
Odegaard or
Martin Odegaard, yeah.
I think he's probably one of the quieter ones out of the lot. Out of the 11, sorry. And I don't know if he's still carrying an injury or something. I just don't feel like he's firing on all cylinders at the minute. He didn't play badly, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think he's quite back to his best yet. But hopefully that'll come later into the season, the last few games left. But yeah, still not a bad performance. I still give him a 7 or an 8. But yeah, I feel like there's still room for improvement. And he probably knows that himself.
I'm quite happy. Yeah, he's not back to his full mojo yet, but he was cool, calm, and collected. Yes, against Madrid, and in that cauldron, you need 1 or 2 players to put in a performance like that. So I'm more than happy with his contribution.
Adam?
Yeah, he worked hard. As I say, he probably wasn't the most noticeable player on the evening, but he was tidy. He always starts the press as well, and that kind of set the tone. And he was very vocal. I think it's weird. It's kind of this thing in the media about he's not a vocal captain. That's not what I see. He's always kind of ushering people into kind of pressing and stuff. And I think he's underrated in that side. And yeah, he's not at his best, but I mean, if that's not him at his best, then that's a good sign. If he can improve on that, because he was still very good on the night, I thought.
I mean, on that front, I mean, if there's one criticism, I mean, again, you go more games than I do, and you've seen him in a lot more in person than I do. But I've got to be honest with you, Adam. I do see him as a quiet captain. Maybe in the behind doors, he's vocal. But if there's one thing, one little criticism. Yes, his form has dipped, but I'm not really worried about his form's dipping. I'm just more worried about the leadership that he's bringing on the field. That's what I see. I may be wrong.
I think also very quickly, one of the key things is he gives Saka service. Him and Saka have got almost like a telepathic understanding. Those little 1-2s that they do on the edge of the box, and 9 times out of 10, it's Odegaard who's playing Saka in. And remember, Saka set up the free kicks, so he had a key role to play still, even though he wasn't with his mojo.
Yeah.
I was gonna say about Odegaard as well. Like I said, had his moments. He had his moments. He did all right. He ain't back to his best. 7.
Okay, so what you're giving?
I still think he's a good captain. I think we spoke about this before about saying like, Gabriel or Rice probably more vocal. But as I said, I think he is. I think he is our captain. 100%. He's our good captain, and I think, he's not going to be like Tony Adams giving people left, right, and centre. But
Yeah, but
like Adam said, he does start the press. He does get us going. When we're trying to break teams down against a low block, he's the one nipping in and around trying to get these triangles going. So
yeah, but that's not just.
I know what you're saying, but I think he has got the respect of the group as well. Which
I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. All right. And well, but I mean, it's nice to nip around. It's nice to get into that little space, but that's what you're there for. But also, a captain's got to see what's all around him, everything what's going on around.
That's what he does. He gets his
I mean?
sticking. He's the one that tries to find those.
Okay. Well, I mean. Yeah, I mean for me. I mean, it's not a criticism; it's just a little concern that I've got about him. With that, right? Let's move on. So everyone agrees. What are they going to give him? Just quickly, Adam.
7 or 8. Yeah.
Okay. Lloyd.
7.
Okay. Dave.
8.
And Jake.
Yeah, 7. I would say.
Okay, fine. Let's move on from there. Let's move on to Partey. Now I'm going to talk about Partey. I'm going to say someone mentioned earlier that he was one of the forgotten heroes in the group. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you guys I know everyone's been watching it, but Partey barely made a mistake. That guy was unbelievable in that midfield. He did boss that midfield. He almost bossed that midfield with Mbappe and Vinicius Jr., even though sometimes there were more going out to the wide, but that's the biggest percentage, I think. I hope I'm not wrong, but the biggest battles was in the middle. That's where most of our goals. I mean, some of the goals and that was coming from. But Partey, honestly, I don't know why Arsenal hasn't given him an extension. I really don't know why. I mean, I know Barcelona they're very much wanting to come over there. That guy, I mean, what a player. I mean, I know he done a pass where he almost passed in the middle of the field and they almost intercepted it. But apart from that, I mean, his touches, his turns, his tackles. I mean, honestly, he's one of the unsung heroes of that night. But anyway, I'll pass it all over to you guys now.
I'd say I think he's had a great season. He does have that pass in him or that one lapse of concentration, but everything else he does, he sort of makes up for that. I'm not sure that off the field matters. I'm not sure if that has maybe slowed contract talks down because based on his performances.
But you said off the field. Wow, what have you heard about off the field?
Yeah, I've heard.
Have a quick googly and
yeah, okay, fine. I don't know. This is the first.
I'll message you afterwards. That's the first. So I'm not sure if that's pumped the brakes on the contract talks.
I heard that as well.
And obviously, he is 31, but don't get me wrong, he has been probably one of the most consistent players for us this season.
Absolutely, one of the best players of this season. Adam?
I think, again, with what Jay said, I think especially the kind of the rumours about him, and obviously most of the other sets of fans have been singing at him about the allegations. I think the fact that he's performed to the level he has been unbelievable. I think he was outstanding the other day. You say he dominated the midfield. I mean, Camavinga, Modric, Bellingham, they were just, I mean, that's a heavyweight midfield. They couldn't get near him. He just felt controlled. Jay's right. He has got the odd kind of brain fart where he just gives the ball away. But the other day, like I said about Saliba, big games sometimes. Like City, when he plays against City, when he plays against like Liverpool, he just feels like he goes up a level. His concentration's at its peak. I'm always more concerned about Partey in a game against like a Wolves or whatever, like where his concentration goes. But he was absolutely brilliant. I'll give him a 9.
Pat, if you listen to even at home. As soon as Partey gets the ball, he's getting booed.
Yeah, every
away game, when Partey's got the ball.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I mean, I need to have a look.
We'll talk about it off air.
We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah, definitely. But because I mean, like I say, it's the first time I'm hearing this, and
it's basically it's just naughty boy rumours.
All right, all right. Like I said, we'll talk about it off air. All right. Yes,
I reckon we should definitely pull our finger out and keep him because he's the octopus. We've spent so much effort trying to get him in the first place.
I think if Jorginho's going, I wouldn't 18-month contract, 2-year contract. I wouldn't begrudge Arsenal doing it. Obviously, he probably knows he's going to get less and less minutes.
Still charge fees that are outside of Santander's control when using your card abroad. Cashback exclusions and T's and C's apply.
Oh.
Fly Emirates and experience the magic of Dubai this March. You can enjoy drinks by the pool.
We're doing well, boys. We've got sponsors.
I know, right?
Beach and swim in
It must be a Spurs fan.
desert for big adventures.
What is that?
Because this March is Ramadan, there's even more to enjoy with grand buffets, music festivals, and more.
Pat's getting that box money now.
It's full of Book your Dubai getaway now. Fly Emirates. Fly
At
better.
least it's not
Fly
rude,
Emirates,
whatever it is.
Let me a
It's not
tenner,
rude.
Pat. Fucking hell.
It's not rude.
Hello and welcome to the Guardian Football Weekly. Finally, Liverpool play someone good. Plymouth, bottom of the Championship, 1 win in the last 3 months, beat the Premier League.
Close that, mate.
Penalty and a lot of centre-backs getting in the way. A brilliant performance signing Nikola Katic, completing it with F-bombs post-match.
We've been sabotaged by Liverpool, title rivals.
Elsewhere, there were a couple of almosts. There were celebrities in the house just above Brisbane Road as Barry went to watch.
There must be a tab open somewhere. Just close the tab, mate.
Jonathan Wilson was in Birmingham to see Tomoko Iwata kick it so hard it turned into
Can't hear you though, Pat.
Beat Newcastle. Voice notes at the ready. Spurs out 2 cups in a week. This time at the hands of Aston Villa. Looks quite good to bring on.
Work management platforms.
We're here. We think about Birmingham and Aston Villa.
It's like a television advert.
You need support. Please help now. Visit dec.org.uk to donate. Thank you.
Is he on a different podcast?
Artificial intelligence, battery technology, and biorevolution all have in common. They're all thematic investment strategies and just
free advertising
on the Next Big Thing podcast. I'm Chris Gotti, and every month I'll be sitting down with a special guest to tell.
Just because we started talking about parties,
we can do
that now.
Subscribe to our podcast where we ponder the ever-present question: what is the next big thing?
Oh, we're getting louder.
Pack, if you can hear us, close every tab apart from the one we're on.
Yeah. Get off that naughty website.
Looks like it's an advert for something you got in the background.
I think it was as soon as we mentioned Thomas Partey, it's gone downhill.
Yeah. These pop-ups are going to start coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what am I going to give Partey? I'll give Partey a 9.
Oh, here we go. Patrick?
Pat?
I think we can hear you. I can hear you clicking.
What?
You can hear you now.
We can hear you.
Yeah, but could you hear the music?
Yeah.
We've heard all your sponsors, mate. Yeah, thanks.
No, it's
you got Santander involved for a minute.
It is. Sponsorship deal. Was it a sponsorship deal? Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Thomas Partey's bank details. We've got his bank account number.
You hacking into the mainframe? What's going on?
That's always our new sponsors, yeah, Santander, yeah.
No, guys, honestly, I have no idea what's going on.
You're making a bit of wonga now, mate.
This is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. This is
frozen
embarrassing.
now. Is anyone else?
I haven't got a clue I've touched something, guys, and it's like I don't even know where to find it.
You're back,
I haven't got a clue. I'm just trying.
No, we can only hear you now, Pat. We're okay now.
Your voice is like you got a dodgy stick. Fire stick.
You can't hear it.
No, we can hear you. We can't hear. We can only hear you. We can't hear anything else. It's stopped now.
You know something, guys? Just
I've got work in the morning, Pat.
Could you hear it? Could you hear him? Can you still hear him?
No, we can't hear it now.
No.
You guys can't hear it, but you can hear me. But
yeah.
Now, if I take my headphones,
you should get an assistant with all that Santander money, mate.
Declan Rice is waiting for his 10 rating as well. He's waiting with bated breath.
Jesus Christ! I've got my.
guys, could you hear it or not?
Not now. We can't. We could.
Okay, well then you guys carry on. All right, I'm going to edit this bit out. I don't know where we were.
Should we start again with Roy?
We're talking about Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
Okay, well, go on. Talk about. Okay, let's talk about Partey. Finish off Partey. Anyone?
Yeah. So 9 out of 10. He was great. I think.
Yep. 9. Crossed it. 9.
Yep. 9 as well.
You were googling what he did. That's why it's gone tits up.
What about? All right, we're going to go to Declan. Come on, guys. Let's talk about Declan.
5 out of 10. Yeah.
What?
5 out of 10. Rubbish.
1.
20 out of 10. 20 out of 10.
Earned his 100 million now.
I said a couple of weeks ago, I've not seen many 10s in my time as an Arsenal fan. That's a high level. That was a 10.
Yeah. He had a header in the first half as well.
Yeah.
I think he had a shot that got cleared off the line.
It was absolutely brilliant.
Not bad for a number 6, like how we bought him. So, yeah.
I loved how he pushed forward in the second half and made it count. In the first half, he just did what he had to do. Second half, they put him higher up the pitch. And boy, did he hurt them.
I think the biggest thing I can say about Rice and link with Partey as well is I think we've got I said last week, I think we've got a chance to win the Champions League mainly because of the base of this team. You know, again, people are giving us a lot of stick about how you're going to win it, how you're going to win it with Mourinho up front and Martinelli out of form, and I think he has picked up his form. But I think we've got a chance on the basis. I don't see many people getting through us, and so we're not conceding goals.
Can I just say something about if anyone else has noticed this? I'm not sure if it was just Rio Ferdinand just winding me up, but it's like I think we beat PSG comfortably at home, didn't we? 2-0. I know they didn't have Dembele, but now it's like the second coming of fucking Christ. It's like everyone thinks they're the favourites now, and it's just like, hang on a minute. Does anyone remember that? I know they had very good games against Liverpool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but still, it's just like we were very comfortable at home. I thought against them.
I mean, I went there with Jason Wilcox. We need to bring some young players through and create some assets. So I felt like
what was I going to say? Oh yeah, do you know what?
The results, which sometimes happens.
He's forgot we're on the podcast. I think he's just carrying on.
And then it just came on the back of a really tough result against Spurs.
Carry on, guys. Sorry.
My fault.
Can you hear me?
We can hear.
I can hear everything you're listening to as well.
Oh, can you?
And
yeah.
And on the night they were the other. They were brilliant. So there's a lot of learning, but I did feel disappointed, especially.
I'm going to start playing Jason Cundy in a minute just to wind you right up.
A lot of people feel like
messed up here for some reason. I have no idea what I've done.
Have you run out of energy? Do you feel like
you're watching a video while you're on a podcast?
I've tried to make the most of that.
Yeah. Did you sense it was coming though, or was it?
But you know what though, Declan Rice, if you lot can hear me, Declan Rice said just for them 2 free kicks alone, the second one.
4 weeks.
I can't remember a better free kick.
I think we're at the point where,
like I said at the beginning, I've only seen one, and that was from Roberto Carlos, and that was years ago. Plus David Beckham.
For me, really, I should have.
But you know what? Not for that free kick. You know what? I'm giving him. I'm not even giving him a 10. You know, I'm giving him 100.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not 10.
That image of Saliba's head, and then you've got the post, and then the ball. You couldn't put it any better.
That's my rating for him. 100.
Have you heard people saying now that he's double touched the ball? And Real Madrid have complained to UEFA about him kicking the ball twice, like the bloody.
Yeah,
they would complain, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
they would, wouldn't they?
They're the masters at getting under the table, sort of like near misses and turning near misses into victories. They're the masters at it. So they're a mafia club at the end of the day, Real Madrid, when it comes to football and politics. So that don't surprise me at all. But I think he must have had an out of body experience doing something like that, because that's the first professional free kick he's ever scored, and then he's done it just like the London buses. Say one, two come along at once.
There you go. Like I said, to do it twice as well, it's just unbelievable. That's my rating, 100.
I like the little insight he came out with, and was like, the coach was telling me to cross it. I was like, no, I fancy my chances, and Saka was like, yeah, take it, and
just do it.
Take the risk.
There you go. Sometimes you take your chances, succeed, innit? There you go.
Who dares wins.
So you've guys given how? Sorry,
that's the 10 for me.
Yeah.
10 for you, yeah. What about you, man?
I think everyone's 10s, isn't it? Got to be.
10s.
No, not 10. Not 10. 100. 100.
Okay, fine. All right. Lloyd gave him 100. What about Mourinho?
I thought I'd say with Mourinho, again, he's just the stick he's had this season, the pressure he's under playing out front, fantastic finish, led the line brilliantly. What I said about Mourinho in the season, and I got a bit of stick for it, was that he had a shoulder injury when he first came in. A lot of players, you look at City, a lot of players at City in their first year don't really do an awful lot, and they come good in their second year. And it was almost like people expected him to come in as a £40 million, signing and then hit the ground running. He struggled a little bit, and he was a little bit cumbersome in midfield. But what he's done in the last 7 or 8 weeks since Havertz's been out has been really underrated. He's been scoring 1 in 2 basically at that ratio, and people are kind of saying it's not enough. And it's like, there's not many players getting 1 and 2 in the league, let alone the ones that are natural strikers. And I thought he was brilliant. I have to say, again, it was a 9 from me.
I think he's got the most goals except for Salah, wasn't it?
Yeah, since Havertz has been out, isn't it?
Since Havertz, but
yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk about let's talk a little bit about these two here, Mbappe and Junior. Do you? I mean, because I've been hearing, and I have been watching a bit of Real Madrid, La Liga sometimes, and like I said before, it's like these two can't play together. They're almost too similar to. They're almost identical players. Do you know what I mean? One wants to be that star. One wants to be the one that who finishes off that, who gets that final goal, who wants to get the glory. I don't know. What do you? I mean, I know for a fact they tried. They did their best. No, I'm not going to water it down on it. They didn't play their best game. Yes, they bloody did. They just came up. They just came up in front of a wall.
You remember Salah and Mane?
Yeah.
Obviously, did you remember him? We're not that fucking old. Jesus Christ. I feel it's like that sort of relationship where both on their day they can do the business and make teams look absolutely stupid. But I do think there is a little bit between them. Maybe if like Vinny's being a bit selfish or Mbappe's being a bit selfish in certain games. But there's definitely something going on with Vinny more than Mbappe, I would say. There's something, I don't know if it's off the field or because he was getting booed by his own fans the other day.
I think, like you said, Pat, I think both of them like to drift out to the left. You know, Vinny's always kind of had that left wing, but Mbappe naturally, you know, for France, he always drifts out, like a bit like Thierry Henry used to do. He drifts out to the left, and I think sometimes they're getting each other's way a little bit. And Bellingham has a tendency to drift out that way as well. And there's an awful lot of stuff going down the left, and then Rodrigo's the only one really going down the right. And it reminds me a little bit of PSG when they had Neymar, Messi, and it was almost like, again, they were getting each other's way, and Mbappe as well. Like it was almost like it doesn't quite fit. The names are there, but it's to say it's not a kind of natural front three at times. But they've hit some form. I mean, Mbappe, I thought was very lively first half hour. You can see the quality he's got, and you think, and he would worry me if it was a closer game next week. If we were 1 or 2 goals up, you think, oh, he could really kind of, you know, win it on his own. I think he's that good. But yeah, you say whether Vinicius Junior has been put out of, you know, if people talk about him being the best player in the world, and suddenly they, you know, Mbappe's now the main man. I don't know, maybe something like that. I don't know.
We made him look average as well.
Yeah,
we are at that level now. I think obviously no one would have predicted the 3-0. Obviously, some fans were saying it, but I don't think they really believed it.
Look at his face.
It's like
I'm sure he's looked at his past record. He's like, oh yeah, not too shabby.
Listen, I'll tell you something right now. No one can criticize. I mean, I know he's getting a hell of a lot of criticisms right now. Because I don't know if you guys saw the footage when Bellamy was on the touchway on the line, halfway line, and he was talking to him, and they was having a bit of an argument because Bellamy literally put some water in his mouth, and he literally was digging him out while he was drinking the water, literally digging him out. And as he finished with the water, he spat the water, not spat the water at him, but he spat it away from him. But then as he spat it away from him, he turned around and as he was walking back, he was digging him out, like
shaking his head, wasn't he?
His head, like you ain't got a clue.
The one moment I loved, just bringing up Bellingham, is when Saka, I think Saka was like going towards their box or coming back on himself to go towards their box. And Bellingham was like kept trying to kick him, nipping into him, and Saka just had his arm out and was just like, no. And I thought that was a massive moment. It just showed like,
this photo. Yeah, someone should put a speech bubble of gossip and put WTF in it.
Yeah,
because that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. His facial expression looks like. He's looking there and he's thinking, what the fuck?
I think they're all shell shocked. To be fair. I think that second half, as soon as we come out that second half, we were it's like we put into 6th gear and we were already in 5th gear. Do you know what I mean? It was unbelievable.
It's interesting that the Spanish media, their take on it is they're talking about coming back. So we have to. It's hard, but keep our feet on the ground.
Of course, they're going to talk about coming back because I mean, anyone who goes to the Bernabeu, all right, it is a really intimidating stadium to be in. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how intimidated you are. We just got to have that belief. And I'll tell you where this belief comes from. Because I don't know if you guys heard about with Thierry Henry, what he was saying. It's not worth, if you don't believe it, you can beat them. If you don't think you can score against them. Do you remember, did you guys do that? Did you see that interview?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
All right. And he talks about belief. You know, and that's what I reckon. That's what was instilled inside them. Because
that's Arteta's game, though, isn't it? That's his.
Yeah,
I mean, you watch the documentary and all that. It's all about belief.
I mean, they've got to believe that they can go to that ground, not only go to that ground and play like they did at home, but they can go there and score. You know?
The first 20 minutes are going to be huge out there because
first 25 minutes.
Yeah, the Madrid fans are obviously known for being a little bit emotional, and if they get up for that game early, then it could be, it could be like the Alamo coming at us for the first half hour. If we can, take the sting out of the game in the first 20 minutes, get to 0-0, 25, 30 minutes in, I think they'll start turning. Yeah, Madrid fans are. I think understatement. They're not the most patient in the world. So if they don't score early, I think I can see a 0-0 if we get past the first 20, 30 minutes. Like, right. I think if we go and stink the place out, I'll be more than happy with that.
I think if we can nick the ball off them, they're going to be very vulnerable, and it's going to leave extra space for Saka and Martinelli to run at them.
But when you say nick the ball off them, they're going to have 90 minutes of getting the ball from. I mean, in what part? What do you mean?
Counter-attacking, innit?
Yeah. Even like the early phase, like they're gonna really come at us in the first half an hour.
We don't need to over commit next week. Again, we've shown like City last season we can get 0-0s if we need to, and we can be
but be very careful with that. Be very careful with that, because I mean, again, we're not just playing. It's not just like a ordinary midfield team or someone like Tottenham or Chelsea. You're talking about these guys are going to be coming at us, and
they're going to be on it.
We were singing, "Are they Tottenham?"
I think that we just got to play our game. We can't sit back. We can't do low blocks for 90 minutes. We can't do that.
I think, like I said before, I think I was glad we got Real Madrid rather than Atletico, because I think it'd be more of a chess match. But I think obviously Real Madrid will come out, and that does play in our hands because we're playing low blocks every week in the league. You know what I mean?
I don't think we should be doing that much low blocks.
Quick point as well, guys.
We've got the defense and the midfield that we don't necessarily have to set up. We're always in a decent shape. We're always defending well anyway.
Quick point as well. We've got to prepare for battle as well, because they'll try and wind us up. There'll be gamesmanship going on. If we foul them, they're going to roll over, get the crowd going. They're going to try and influence the referee, try and influence VAR. And I think also they'll just try and kick us up in the air if they have to. They're going to try anything.
Hopefully, this has been like a really damaging defeat for them. To be honest,
they're going to try it. They're going to try it. We all know that they're going to try it.
Look, listen, Arsenal schooled them, and that's a fact. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, Real Madrid had a off day. They weren't together in it. No, listen, Real Madrid came there to win that match. No ifs, no buts. Arsenal,
and they left broken-hearted.
That's what I'm saying. Arsenal messed up their game. Arsenal messed up their plans, and they could not believe. It was like especially the second half, it was like Barcelona was playing against Madrid. Sometimes don't start thinking, Adam. Is Pat going too far with that?
No. I wasn't going to think you're going too far at all. I think it was a fair comment. No.
Oh right, okay, cool. Because I mean, I don't know. I just want to know. I want to know, please. Tell me, where did that come from? Where did that performance come from?
I think it's been in the pipeline since the draw.
I've always said, Arsenal suits Champions League football more than the Premier League football this season. Because the Premier League it's rough, it's tough, and it's not only that, and it's quick. The Champions League,
got decent refs.
And you got decent refs. When you play Champions League, it's a lot more slower. You got more time on the ball. You got more time to think.
It's not just the pace. It's not just the pace for me. Like you were saying about a low block a minute ago. Like I think I said it a couple of weeks ago. The teams we struggle against are the teams that sit two banks of four in front of us, or a 4 and a 5, and we have to try and break them down. The beauty of the Champions League is, and this is why obviously PSG are a very good side, but they will go at us if we play PSG. They won't want to sit back and kind of like anyone that's watched us knows that we struggle when we have a low block against us. Like, and that's why we're unbeaten against the top six, or the big six, sorry, should I say, for 2 years, because everyone has a go at us. When we play West Ham and we play Newcastle's and all that, they know how to set up against us and they counter on us. And PSG aren't going to do that. Real didn't do it, and that's when it kind of lends itself to us. Our big results this year. You look at City 5-1, they just went at us. We absolutely destroyed them. Lisbon went at us 5-1, absolutely destroyed them. Like the teams that have come at us, we've absolutely walloped.
PSV.
Yeah.
I think also in Europe we've blown away a lot of teams. We blew away PSV.
You guys know Man United's got to go back.
Yeah. And Spurs have as well.
Spurs as well.
Spurs.
Right, that's it. That's it. It's 9:20. I better leave now.
You look a better leaving that note, then, yeah.
Wow, what the heck on
that was his internet, fucking Bill.
I'm definitely gonna have to have a chat with that geezer. Anyway, and so there we go. But okay, guys, let's have a look at this. Let's just have a look at this. Come on.
I've actually got one quick point for you as well. That Arsenal or Nothing. I'm just changing the subject for a minute. That Arsenal or Nothing documentary. Have any of you not seen it?
Yeah.
You do know I was on. I'm in it, don't you? In the first episode.
Can I get your autograph? No, where was that?
The first episode.
Yeah.
At the protest.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, what was
I'm actually on it. Like I'm there shouting at the cameraman. How can we have a team when I know that I don't care or something like that? If you watch it again, you'll see me on it.
No, now you told me that. I don't think I want to see it now.
Oh yeah, you do, because you want to see it.
Anyway, moving on. All right. Right. These are the teams. That's what's in it. Come on, guys. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it.
I had a weird dream the other night after the game.
A wet dream.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. That happened. It wasn't a dream. It was happening live in the stadium.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I had a dream that we were gonna face Barca.
We're gonna face Barca, right? So
in the final, we're gonna play them in the final.
All right, guys,
get some revenge for 2006.
All right, calm down, mate. Calm down. Here we go. Predictions. Here we go. Obviously, it's Villa versus PSG. What's the score, Lloyd?
1-0.
1-0 to who?
PSG.
Gal. Jake.
I think it's a done deal, isn't it? It's just going to be us versus PSG and Barca versus probably.
You think you always jump the gun, don't you, mate? You always jump the gun.
The Gunners.
All right. Barcelona. Adam.
I think they'll win in Dortmund as well. I think they're a much better side than Dortmund. I think they'll win 1-0 over there and cruise through. I mean, I think they're already 99.9% through.
Yeah, they're 4-0. Yeah, 4-0, isn't it?
4-0 up already. Yeah,
that's a mountain against them. Lloyd.
Yeah, you might as well say Barca are through, innit? 0-0.
Yeah. Okay. What about Adam? What about Munich?
Inter Milan have been my dark horse of the Champions League from the group stages. I fancy them to beat Bayern over the 2 legs. I think they'll beat them. I think they'll beat them 1-0 in Milan. I genuinely think we could end up playing them in the final. And they worry me actually more than Barca because of what Inter are good at. They conceded 1 goal in the group stage, and I think they're going really under the radar. They were unlucky a couple of years ago. We lost again. It's the only Champions League game we've lost this season, and they worry me a little bit. And people are talking already about Barca final, and I just think Inter. Again, they're not an easy team to beat. They're very.
Did we draw with them? We drew with them, didn't we?
No, we lost 1-0 in
lost 1-0. We couldn't get in that game at all as well.
They would worry me. Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, yeah.
Okay, moving on to the Hot Boys. The Hot Boys. What Adam? What is the score gonna be, mate? All right, don't be frightened, mate.
0-0. 0-0. I think we'll go there and we'll get the 0-0 that we need. I think we'll frustrate them. I don't think we have to overcommit, and I think we'll get a 0-0 out there.
Jake.
Yeah, I think we're going through. I think it'll either be a 1-0 to them, 1-0 to us. We can snatch something late if they're just throwing everything at it.
Yeah, I think something else.
Yeah, well, I was going to get to you then, but jump the gun again. Go ahead, mate.
I think the Bayern game, I think Bayern are going to win.
Hang on. You jumped the gun because we were taking it in turns. Sorry, Jake. What do you finish then, mate, before he just jumped into you like that?
Go on, Jake. Sorry, mate.
I said either 1-0 to them or 1-0 to us. I think it's going to be that sort of game.
Go on, mate. Go on, Lloyd.
Right. I've got to say now. Yeah, but I think Bayern are going to win this game. And I'll tell you why. Because
tell me why.
buying them at home now, aren't they? And they've got cocaine, haven't they? So cocaine likes to put on a show there when he's at home.
They lost at home.
They lost at home.
Yesterday. Home. They got to go.
Oh, so they're away. So they're at the San Siro.
The 2-1 down. They go to San Siro. Yeah.
I still fancy a Bayern win because of cocaine in it. Cocaine will come through and show them what's what. So yeah, as for us, I think we're going to nick it 1-0.
All right. All right. So okay, fine. You think you say you want nick it 1-0. Adam think you're going to get a little draw out there, yeah? Yeah. And Jake, you say what?
1-0 either way. I think.
Way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I back our defense.
All right.
Always been a massive Kvyat fan.
I'm going for a 3-0 Arsenal.
Good man.
All right. I don't really care who has got me. I don't really care. Listen, guys, I want to ask you guys in the chat. What do you guys think? Do you think Arsenal will be on 3-0? Do you think Arsenal will win 1-0? Do you think Madrid is going to be Arsenal?
The forwards ratings.
So anyone, look, put in the comments. Just let's hear what you got to say and about it. But I mean, because anyone out there really could believe what they saw on that Tuesday night at the Emirates. Arsenal made history that night. Do you know that?
Do you reckon we're going to play 3 left backs? Do you reckon we'll have Tierney, everyone out?
I'll pass that over to Adam.
I think
it wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't surprise me, but I think we'll go with the same 11 that we started with. But yeah, I'd have to say, talking of Tierney, I know we didn't get to, I'd say Saka and Martinelli again, we're both kind of 7s or 8s for me. But Tierney again, I think,
unbelievable.
He is sat there, he's stayed quiet, he hasn't moaned once about his lack of game time. He looks like he's leaving in the summer, but his commitment of the bloke has been fantastic. And I think he's, what a great character to have around, and just to come on and shore up a game like that, he was brilliant.
Yeah, so but okay, well, guys, it's been brilliant. You guys have been brilliant.
What's that stadium you keep bringing up?
What stadium?
There's like this image of this stadium. Is that what the Emirates is going to be like?
Where's Adam gone? Adam, where's he gone?
He's had enough.
Hang on.
He's disappeared.
He's there.
I'm here, pal.
My battery's going to live on the laptop, and I think I'm back.
I mean, yeah, what was we saying?
What's that stadium picture you keep?
What stadium? What's the
Emirates? But I don't know if it's a draw.
The Emirates, but I don't know where's it gone? Where the bloody hell's it gone to?
It keeps flashing up. Oh, we've got
What's that then? No, it's not. That's the kit. Where's it gone? Hang on a minute.
Actually, don't start doing that because I don't want these adverts kicking off.
Oh my God, what is that? What's that about? Hang on a minute. I need to get rid of that thing, guys. Where has it gone? You mean this thing behind me?
It flashes up every so often. Yeah.
Where has it gone? I don't know where it's gone, pal.
Where are you going to be pre-Brentford, Pat?
Say again?
Where are you going to be on Saturday?
What's this Saturday?
Are you going to be outside the ground or Tolly? Or
Yeah. We're playing at home, aren't we?
Yeah, home.
Brentford. Yeah,
I'll be outside doing more interviews. Talk about interviews, guys. When we went to the World's End in World's End Bar. Anyone who knows about the World's End Bar, please come down, take a look at it. It's a really fantastic place to have a nice drink with your mates before you.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Before you go to the game, or even if you ain't going to go to the game, they do show it. They do show the matches there as well, if it's on. And we did on Tuesday. We did a live TikTok.
What happened to your TikTok? I had sleepless nights, mate.
Yeah, no. Well, I think what it was, guys, it was I was doing a live event on TikTok, and it's really going well. 50,000 in with it and stuff. Everyone was, because what it is, TikTok, we have a debate. It's all about the Arsenal, the Chelseas, the Liverpools, the Man United, and I'm literally we all go at each other. We don't say rude things or anything like that, but we just have a banter, and it's absolutely amazing. Anyway, I made a mistake in bringing someone on live.
Jason Cundy.
Sorry?
Cundy, was it?
I wish it was. I really wish it was. And what happened was, no, he's come back. And what happened was, I had the guy come on. Guy came on, and he was using the N word all the time. Didn't say nothing. He was just going It's because it said N, and I was thinking, oh,
Masri, I hate that.
no, and I was thinking, okay, fine. I was saying, thanks very much, mate. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming onto the show. And that's all he was saying. And as soon as he was carrying on saying that, TikTok took us down. Which was, which, to be honest with you, it's cool with me. But I was shocked. It was one way it was cool, and the other way I was shocked because it was this. It was the debates in the community room. It was absolutely amazing. The banters everyone was having together and everything. But then it's my fault. Yeah, it's like my fault. Someone just I let him on, but I've learned from that, and I got believe it or not, I got took down yesterday.
Yeah, they must have thought it was racism or something.
No, yeah, but it was again. The reason why I got took down was because of I got took down again because I was having a real debate, all right, with a Tottenham. No, it was a Chelsea. Was it Chelsea or one of the two? And I was literally giving it to them. Do you know what I mean? I weren't swearing or anything. You know what I mean? I was playing Arsenal forever and stuff like that. And they, you know, because what I do, right, in the show, I talk about I put on Arsenal Forever. All right, I put on the song Arsenal Forever. And what happened is I'll tell you what, it goes mad. All right, the comments, it just literally goes absolute mad. And I stand up and I stand next to the flag and I got my top on and I'm dancing away. And you can see in the comments are just going mad, ballistic, saying whatever about the Arsenal or saying whatever about me. But it's a great banter. But anyway, yeah, so and then I was going, then some Chelsea geezer came on. He didn't come on live, but he was just saying something about, yeah, but you guys never done this, you guys would never say this. And no, it wasn't. Sorry, Chelsea boys. Any Chelsea boys listen to this, I do apologize. It was a Newcastle fan.
Fuck off, Chelsea.
All the big uns, because they won. They won the what do you call it? The Carabao Cup. So they're calling themselves the big boys now. They're calling themselves the top six. Do you know what I mean? And I went ballistic at them. And
I just meant. Go on, sorry.
And as I was going ballistic, TikTok cut us off. So now they banned me from not banned me, but they've stopped me from going on till tonight at 10:30, but because I normally go on at 8 o'clock. But anyways, going back to the bar where we was out on Tuesday, it was live. TikTok, it was live, and obviously people couldn't see my face, but I was going around doing interviews, talking to people, and it was excitement. I had 250,000 viewers.
Nice.
Fuck me.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
Santander's going well, mate.
I'll tell you what, and I'll send it. I've took a photo of it and everything. All right, I took a photo of it and I thought I could not believe what I'm seeing. And and the bar guy, the person who owns it. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see. Can you guys see that?
Just about, yeah.
You could just about see it.
Not to piss on your parade, Pat. Separate thing I just want to say is about the North London Forever song, because you just mentioned it then.
Yeah.
Have you seen the image of the guy who holds when they're at the halfway line, holding up where the Champions League badge is before the game? He's got like a what's it called, GoPro?
Yeah.
Oh mate, that is emotional. That is.
No, I'm not seeing that. No.
He's basically seeing that he's going around the whole stadium when he's in the centre circle while we're all singing North London Forever.
I wish someone took a photo of that.
Yeah, it's a video online. It's a video online. With a GoPro going, and honestly.
Okay, cool.
For a song that's only been there for like a couple of years.
Let me just say goodbye to everyone, guys. Whoever, thanks for watching. Also, and please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and hit that bell. Please follow us, Arsenal Fans Focus TV. We're trying to build a lovely community. Not only that, we're trying to get to a stage where hopefully we can basically do some live events and get some of you guys on live as well. So look, please hit the like button, subscribe, and it would be much appreciated. And please stay safe, everyone. Before my guys goes, I just want to say goodbye to Jake.
See you later, mate.
I want to say goodbye to Adam.
Thanks, Pat.
And I want to say goodbye to Lloyd.
Oh, yeah.
And before...